development to their constituents, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, over the years, we have seen a gradual increment of CDF allocations. What is surprising under this House, and this is what I want to say, Mr. Speaker, 1 month to the end of financial year, you are yet to receive even something commensurate with the first quarter of the financial year. Yet we are here advocating for everything else. Right now, CDF is under threat. And I want to thank you, Mr. Speaker, very sincerely for that decision of the Supreme Court. I know without your input, without all the brains, legal brains that you have put together, even that judgment will not have been possible. I want to accord on behalf of these members here, as their father of this House, that we thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I haven't said this. There is something that we can't run away from. It is members of parliament who oversight CDF. It is members of parliament who oversight KERA. It's members of parliament. Why have we thrown our mandate to the dustbin? Where is the chairman of CDF? Where is the chairman of road? I want to tell you, members, we have a club of greedy governors, whose only interest is to amass wealth, usurp national roles, and get money. If those are the people today you want to sit here and empower, I will tell you, this House is going to be the worst House in the history of this country. I want you to stand up for your right, resist. The Minister for Transport must come and ensure that the remaining allocation of CDF, of roads, is sent. The chairman, NCDF, through the minister, must also release. I want to tell you, Mr. Speaker, you are a lawyer. You were here when we fought for the current constitution. Some of us who come from regions that have been disadvantaged over the years, through skewed administrative practices, Mr. Speaker, fought for equalization. Equalization right now is not working, courtesy of these greedy governors, Mr. Speaker. They have gone to court, they have stopped it, Mr. Speaker. I want to ask as leadership, let us suspend everything else, members. Yes. Let us suspend everything else until the question of KERA, Kura, let's adjourn, CDF is sorted out. No more business. No more business. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Order. Chikati.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker.
Order.
Mr. Speaker, from what my colleagues DK and Kainan have presented, and given the mood of the House, I kindly request you, Mr. Speaker, to direct the suspension of the proceedings until tomorrow, Speaker.
Order.
Thank you, thank you. Yes, yes.
Order. Order. Order, honorable members. Order. Order. Honorable members, order. Take your seats. Take your seats. Honorable members, take your seats. Take your seats. There's no matter before the House to put the question. Honorable members, I want to encourage you. This is your House. And you are the nerve center of everything in this country. You appropriate, you oversight, you legislate, you represent. You have the power in your hands. And I want to encourage you that it will be a very unwise decision to do what some of us are asking to do. For the simple reason, Order, honorable members. I am your speaker, you elected me. And I have a duty to lead you and advise you. Is that Kimilo or Malio, who is looking very agitated? Kimilo, unajua kuna kitabu kiliandikwa na Mwalimu Nyerere. Fisi alikuwa anakunywa maji kwa mto, na kondoo pia alikuwa anakunywa maji kwa huo mto. Fisi alikuwa anakunywa kule maji natoka, kondoo chini kwenye maji naenda. Alafu fisi akauliza kondoo, mbona unanichafulia maji? Kondoo akasema, maji natoka kwako inakuja kwangu, nimeichafua namna gani? Akasema, kama hujachafua, kwa nini ulinitusi mwaka uliopita? Kondoo akasema, mzee, mwaka uliopita nilikuwa sijazaliwa, nilizaliwa juzi. Akasema, kama si wewe ni baba yako ndiye alinitusi. Haja yake ilikuwa ni kumshika amule. Mwenye atakaye kufanya jambo lenye halifai hahitaji sababu. Anaitwa hasidi. Hakuna mahasidi kwa hii bunge. You are all honorable members of parliament. And I want to encourage you again, members of the House Business Committee, the minority leader, the majority leader, they know what we have been doing to fight for CDF. They know how much resistance we have put against your detractors. And for the record, members, I have been in this house before CDF, during CDF. And I don't want to talk about after CDF because there will be no after CDF. Because CDF is here to stay. And it will always be there. It is very easy. In one of the parliaments where we were with Farah and Kainan, we had 3 members in this house. One called John Koech, another one called Jimmy Angwenyi, and the third one was, who was the third one, Kainan? No, Logo was much earlier. They used on behalf of this house, and they were holding no positions, to walk to the treasury and frog-march the minister to this house to tell you as members about CDF. It is an extremely cowardly act for members of parliament with all the powers under the constitution in your hands to boycott your work. It will be a very cowardly act, I can assure you, because as a house, you have impeached a minister, you have impeached a deputy president, you have powers in your hands. How do you run away from your own house? This is the big question. So I want to ask you, give the House an opportunity tomorrow to listen to a response to a very noble point of order raised by the member for Bumula. And it is only tomorrow, not the next day, not Thursday, not Friday, tomorrow at 2:30. If you agree with your speaker, we go on with the business. If you don't agree, those of you who are not keen to carry on with business, don't disrupt the house. Let those who want to have business go on with business. But as I finish, let me now give the majority leader an opportunity to tell us about the issue of the CDF.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, as you rightly say, is a matter that we discussed even within the House Business Committee, because as a member for Bumula said last week in his point of order, CDF is not money going to these members of parliament. And these members of parliament are elected by their people to come and represent them in this house. And part of that representation is to advocate for resources that will go, especially to vulnerable children, who up to today, there are some constituencies where children are yet to get funding for bursaries, Honorable Speaker. And it is also not lost on many people in the country that with the advisory by the Comptroller of Budget on bursaries from county governments going to our vulnerable children, it is only NGCDF that is left now to help these children. And many people, especially those who are college-going students, Honorable Speaker, are waiting for these bursaries. And the best that we can do as a house is to hold the cabinet secretary and the principal secretaries to account as to why they cannot disburse NGCDF in time. Honorable Speaker, previously, and this is a commitment that we got from the National Treasury, that before the end of the financial year, which has only 2 months to go, they will have disbursed all the money that should be going to NGCDF. Honorable Speaker, I want to agree with you then. It is only less than 24 hours for the cabinet secretary to appear before the House. And I want to encourage members, because most Wednesdays, we are not usually very many when CSAs are here to answer questions. This is a time to hold the cabinet secretary to account for his words, because it is him who committed that we will get disbursements every month to ensure that by the end of June, we have all our money disbursed. Therefore, whatever magic he will do between now and the 30th of June, 100% of NGCDF must be disbursed, Honorable Speaker. And tomorrow, if John Buddy is listening to this, he has sat where we are sitting. He knows what NGCDF is to the people of Kenya. And let me repeat, Honorable Speaker, what NGCDF is to the people of Kenya, not to members of parliament. These members of parliament will still earn their salaries, will still go about their representation and oversight work without NGCDF. But NGCDF means a lot to the people of Kenya. There are places where children will not go to school, not just about bursaries, Honorable Speaker. I have seen the national government now priding itself in having built over 14,000 classrooms over the last 1 year. But the amount of classrooms that NGCDF does around the country in a year is probably triple that number. And it is only through NGCDF that children access school, that some communities have security through the construction of police posts and police stations, Honorable Speaker. And we are lifting off a very huge burden through NGCDF from the national government. And therefore, the CS, National Treasury, has no choice. Tomorrow, he must come prepared. If not with his words, he must come prepared with his checkbook. Tomorrow, it is pesa, pesa, and pesa to NGCDF. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Junet, all honorable members. Order, Wario. Those children up there are watching you and you are a leader. Order.
Mr. Speaker, first I want to appreciate the guidance you've given to the House. Mr. Speaker, this CDF fund has a lot of enemies, Mr. Speaker, for no apparent reason. There are many people who are fighting the CDF because they don't have, I think, the right information about CDF. Mr. Speaker, the county governments and devolution has been in existence in this country now for the last 10 years. It is, I think, imperative now for Kenyans to take stock of what has happened through devolution from inception, Mr. Speaker, from 2013 up to now. Because, Mr. Speaker, CDF funds has the least administrative expenditure, Mr. Speaker, unlike counties where they spend all their monies in recurrent expenditure. Mr. Speaker, this is one fund that goes directly to schools, directly to people, to children who want to study, to homes, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, you know, in education matters, counties only deal with ECDs. From primary education to secondary education, it is done by the national government, and that is where CDF really helps the people. Mr. Speaker, tomorrow, there is no shorter day than a day, Mr. Speaker. There is no shorter time than a day. Now we have said that tomorrow the minister must appear here in person. I want to urge the House that we will make our final decision tomorrow, God willing. Because today, I can see, I've checked the order paper, Mr. Speaker, there are some serious issues that we need to deal with. Mr. Speaker, today is, let me tell you something. Let us not also play into the hands of our enemies, Mr. Speaker. Our enemies have said time and again that we are people who just think about, they don't see that we are helping Kenyans. They don't see that this CDF is for Kenyans. No member of parliament benefits from CDF in any way, Mr. Speaker. This is money that builds schools, I've said. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to plead that let's give this minister tomorrow a chance. Let him come here. Let him tell us what plans he has for us. Let him come with the money. Mr. Speaker, for now, even if we suspend the business of the House, we will wait for tomorrow still for him to appear here. He will not be coming here today. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to urge the Honorable Kimilu that I know the people of Makueni are suffering, but they might be suffering at the county level, not because of the CDF. So can we wait until tomorrow so that we deal with this issue perpendicularly? For today, we have some issues on the order paper, this anti-money laundering business, because, Mr. Speaker, our country has been grey-listed. This bill is going to help our country not to be grey-listed, Mr. Speaker. So with these few remarks, Mr. Speaker, I really concur with your guidance that we continue with the business of the House, and tomorrow we listen to the Minister for Finance.
Order, members. Members, order. Those on your feet, take your seats. DK, take your seat. Members, if it is the message, it has been heard loud and clear. That members of this House are not happy, one, with a continued assault on CDF. Members are not happy with the delays in disbursement of CDF, and members are demanding answers on why these delays are there, and that you want an assurance that these delays, Ngusia, you say again and I'll send you out. I think you are taking advantage of the fact that you are my friend, we meet in the gym. That should not be extended to this floor. You have made it clear, and everybody knows, honorable members, when CDF started, as Member of Parliament for now Serisia and Kabuchai constituencies, my first disbursement was 6.2 million. It grew to 12 million the following year. The third year, it grew to 23 million. The fourth year, it grew to 42 million. And it has grown gradually through your efforts and the goodwill of the Kenyans who benefit from CDF to where it is. I can say without any fear of contradiction that you go to any county, it is much easier to see what CDF has done than what Devolution has done. And this, I've said it over and over, and you all know that if you go to your constituencies, you can count the health facilities you build, the schools you build, the children in schools, police stations, administration centers. And today we have even been saying in the House Business Committee that I want to call a Kamkunji to encourage you. You saw yesterday in the media that more Kenyans are being killed on border rides than on vehicles, accidents. I have told the House Business Committee to embark on having a situation where, even if it means additional resources for you to go out there and sit and talk to our young people on border, to observe traffic rules, bore a leaf from what we see in Rwanda. A motorbike carries 2 people, you must have helmets. You've seen motorbikes, border carrying, not just ordinary people carrying 4 policemen, people who are supposed to enforce the law. I've seen 4 policemen sitting on one border. The rider is sitting on the petrol tank and looking like he's in a toilet. we have to bring order. And you can use CDF to do this, to educate the public. So instead, in fact, of saying you leave this chamber, I thought you would say, give us time now to debate what we can do even more with CDF as we wait for it to come. Because tomorrow the minister will be here. And when he comes here, neither Ichungwa nor Junet will be there to defend him. He will stand here to tell us that before the close of the financial year, every single shilling of CDF must be in the accounts of each constituency. Every single shilling of NGAF. The women rep for Laikipia has come here asking me, why aren't these men talking about NGAF? They are only obsessed with CDF. I have told her that I'll be your defender as women MPs representing counties. That as we defend CDF, we shall also defend NGAF so that we move together. So let me now ask you members to cool down. Let's get to our business. And tomorrow come with your sharpest knives, your sharpest tongues, and your harshest language if you wish to talk to your former colleague, John Badi. So clerk, you can now call out the orders. No more on that.
Order number 1, administration of oath. Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Honorable members on their feet, take your seats. Take your seat. Honorable members, have a short communication, a recognition of members who served in the Inter-Parliamentary Union IPU committees. Honorable members, the IPU order Honorable Chepkonga. Go and protest on the streets, not in the chamber. Honorable members, the Inter-Parliamentary IPU is the global organization of national parliament established in 1889 by Frederick Passy of France and William Randa Kremer of the United Kingdom as a platform for parliamentary diplomacy and dialogue. Originally created to promote arbitration and peaceful resolution of conflicts, IPU has grown into a major body that works to promote democratic governance, advance gender equality and human rights, foster international cooperation among parliaments, and strengthen the role of parliaments in global governance. Honorable members, the current membership of the IPU is 182 member parliaments out of 193 countries in the world. The Union also has 15 associate members, mostly parliaments drawn from groups of nations such as the Arab Parliament, the European Parliament, and other parliamentary organizations in Africa and the Americas. Honorable members, the Parliament of Kenya joined the IPU in 1977, and since then, Kenya has participated actively in IPU assemblies and contributed to various IPU committees. In 2006, Kenya successfully hosted the 114th Assembly of the IPU in Nairobi. Honorable members, I wish to recognize the contributions of members of Parliament who have represented Kenya in the assemblies of IPU over the years, especially those who are holding leadership positions in various IPU committees and statutory bodies. The Honorable Millie Odhiambo Mabona, CBS MP, who is also the Minority Whip, is the current Vice President of the IPU Committee on the Human Rights of Parliamentarians, and her term expires in October 2027. Additionally, during the 150th Assembly of the Inter-Parliamentary Union, held from 5th to 9th April 2025 in Tashkent, Uzbekistan, the Honorable John Makali MP, member for Kandui, was elected the to the high-level advisory group on countering terrorism and violent extremism for a period of 4 years. In the same breath, honorable members, allow me to also recognize the following members who held various positions in IPU committees but whose terms expired in March 2025. Honorable John Kiaria, CBS MP, President, Committee to Promote Respect for International Humanitarian Law. Naisula Lesuda MP, African Group Representative, Standing Committee on Sustainable Development. Honorable Rebecca Tonke MP, African Group Representative, Standing Committee on United Nations Affairs. Honorable members, we thank them for their service on behalf of the House. I wish to reiterate that the National Assembly and indeed the Parliament of Kenya is committed to strengthening parliamentary diplomacy through its affiliation and membership to various international parliamentary organizations. In this regard, members will be nominated from time to time to represent the National Assembly in this fora, and the honorable members so nominated are urged to fly the Kenyan flag high, fully participate in the meetings, and ensure that Kenya's position on international issues is well articulated. Thank you. Yes, Millie?
I have a point of order.
I've given to Millie first, Honorable Sunguli, then I'll come to you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you for that statement that you've given in relation to the IPU. Mr. Speaker, I just want to correct a little that I was actually, until early this year, the president of the Committee on the Human Rights of Parliamentarians. When I joined 2 years ago, I was immediately elected as a vice president of the committee, where I served for 1 year, and then I was elected as the president, where I served for 1 year. But because in that committee, because of the nature of the work of the committee, you are only allowed to serve 1 year. And so I did serve 1 year, and my term ended this year. And so we have a new president from Europe. Mr. Speaker, the IPU, which is actually a parliament or parliament, I have served in the Pan-African Parliament before. And Mr. Speaker, the Pan-African Parliament is a parliament that deals with issues surrounding in relation to Africa. IPU deals with issues which are global and has all the nations that you've talked about. Mr. Speaker, the only thing that I would want to say, maybe I just want to request that I say two things. One, because the committee I sit on, I was elected in my individual capacity and not nominated by the Parliament of Kenya. This is the first time I'm actually serving in this parliament in IPU. And one of the things that I've observed, Mr. Speaker, that the other countries have been able to rise to the top because of consistency. I want to request that if we can have dedicated members the way we have in Pan-African Parliament, so that we can have members that are recognized even if they come another time for co-positions. In the last year, we supported the